When you come to the Regents, it's just, you just feel comfortable. It's like going somewhere, like going to your favourite restaurant. They closed down, I'd be devastated.
You know, we had come from wartime and depression and everything was dull and not very colourful. And the Regent was a palace, beautifully painted in a style that we'd never seen before. And it just held such delight.
We used to bring our mum and dad in here, that sadly aren't with us anymore, but we used to bring them here for cups of tea and coffee.
And films.
Films, yeah.
Took her to see Philomena.
Very important for our area to have somewhere where we can show film. So it's a different experience, and the people that come here want to come here for something different than just going to see that film perhaps on a normal cinema screen.
I come from a military family, very, very traditional, and I met my husband, who is from the Deep South. He's from Alabama. About 5 years later, my dad was with us, and we said, well, let's go to the movies. And there was a movie on called My Big Fat Greek Wedding. So we turn up and we're sitting there, and basically we're the audience is packed house, and the audience are laughing at this wedding about this Greek and American family. And my dad and my husband and I just sitting there, and we're laughing at bits before the punchlines, because it is what happened to us. Then I moved to America, and while I was there, unfortunately, my father died. And we came back in 2018, and my husband said, oh, let's go to the Regents. So I walked in, and it just hit me, being here with my dad. So we sat there, and it's kind of strange. Every time now I come to the Regents, I just think about that night. I think about being with my dad. Most people, when their parents die, they get flowers and they go to a graveside. I get a bag of popcorn, I go to the Regents.
I've been here for about 4 years as a volunteer. My interest went back to my grandmother, who used to play for silent films. My family started off showing films in 1897. They were one of the first families ever to do so. They had a travelling ghost illusion show, and they started showing films, and they built 2 early cinemas. So my grandmother played the piano, and I, as a little boy, was the one that was interested in the family. So that meant me going on to film school, and eventually an interest in old cinema buildings.
I came to see a film called Red October, and I used to come to the cinema quite a lot on my own. I like coming on my own, don't have to share popcorn. But he didn't like the idea that I was coming to the cinema on my own to see a film. So he, it's one of our first dates. He invited himself to share my popcorn to the cinema.
People can come and see the museum and the old projectors, which are still on the shelf there. Some of these date from the 1930s. And the amazing thing with film projectors was that you could take a film from 1930 and still show it on a projector in 2000, because the actual medium hadn't ever changed that much.
I often came with my brother, because he was an older brother, he was a real film fan. He was injured in a bomb blast during the war as a small child, and so he has remained a perpetual teenager. And it's been a source of joy, delight, and interest to him throughout his life. He loves the Regent. You know, it's just part of our lives, always has been.
Well, I think it's the heart of Christchurch. I think people would really, really miss it.
It's always been here. I think it's the 90-year anniversary this year, so the Region Centre is an integral part of what Christchurch actually is, and it does bring the community together.